Welcome back. It is coming towards the end of June, so hopefully that means the long evenings will soon be filled with glorious sunshine and soaring temperatures. That's at least what the AutoCue says, so it must be true.
For wine lovers, all the good weather means it's the perfect time for rosé. With us with some premium options is wine expert and summer tipple enthusiast, David Whelan. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
You've been called worse, haven't you?
Oh, I'm absolutely up with that on my epitaph now. That's very good.
I am a big fan of rosé.
Well, you know, the whole excitement about rosé is worldwide, everyone absolutely rolling into it. And like in France, they're absolutely lolling it up like with great gusto. And America has become huge.
Is that really?
And in Ireland, we're slowly kind of tuning into it. Like we still have a little bit to go, but we're starting to appreciate there's kind of two styles of roses around. There's the kind of the blush wines that are pretty much everywhere, and they're sweet and not terribly great. And then you've got these more drier style roses, which are wonderful with food and are just like a really good white wine or a really good red wine. Now we're starting with a sparkling wine, so we thought we'd bring a bit of bubbles to the show. So this is a Crème de Loire from a great producer called Bouvet-la-de-Bay in the Loire Valley. So it's not a champagne, but it's a sparkling wine.
Is it like Prosecco or Cava?
This is much more like a Cava. So this is bottle fermented. So Prosecco tends to be a little bit fruity, a little bit softer, a little bit riper. This is very more like a champagne. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Will we just go out after here?
That is absolutely
It just has
gorgeous.
the taste of
So
summer.
This is France's most awarded sparkling wine producer. It was owned by Champagne House Tagency for a long time, and then the family fought over who owned what, and they sold it on. But it's an amazing seller. It's amazing. So if you wanted an alternative to champagne, this is as good as you'll get. So it's just like a pink champagne.
What's the price?
This is €24.
Delicious.
So it's really delicious.
Well, I'm not the wine connoisseur now, but that is
Well,
very,
I don't know. I
very...
think that's you're being hard on yourself now.
I think you're right,
I think you're
Well,
moving up the ladder quickly.
That is beautiful.
There you are.
Are you a
Great.
fan of that?
I'm a big fan of that. Bouvet is really blue chip.
Very nice.
Okay, so it's for a special treat at 24.
For a special treat. Now the roses we're pouring are a little bit on the higher end, in all fairness, but if you want a really good food-style rosé, you go to Provence.
And this is a gold-winning...
This is a gold medal winning, multiple gold medal winning one.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful lady winemaker called Emmanuel Baud.
What a feast.
And on her property, there's actually artifacts going back to where they're making wine back to 600 BC. So it's a very historic part of the world.
600 BC, they were making wine?
Making wine, absolutely, yes. It's
Absolutely. It's amazing they're not done, isn't it?
Like building everything else.
But down there, what you get is this lovely, crisp, dry roses, and should be treated like a white wine. It should be served fresh. You always want it as fresh as possible, so you want 2018 vintage. And this is made with a blend of Grenache, Syrah, and a little bit of Carignan. And it's lovely and fresh and crisp and dry, but really mouth-filling.
That's sharper than the first one. I know the bubbles aren't there, but it's...
that's designed to go with food. But I bet you were salivating when you ingest the wine and swallowed it. Were you?
Well, I was, James.
There you are.
Were you?
There you are.
Oh, that's nice.
That's the wine doing its job. So it's designed to go with food. So you should be having some kind of
dry
fish.
though.
Or you best you want that dryness with good food.
You want that time.
You absolutely.
You said
You're
2018.
going down a step on the ladder now. You're going up now. You're going back down again.
David, you mentioned about the vintage and saying keep it as fresh as possible, as new as possible. This is 2018. That goes against what we would be thinking, that great bottle of wine is years old.
Correct. So with white wine and with rosé wines, we want to drink the freshest vintage possible.
Right.
That's largely the rule of thumb. I mean, there are exceptions.
And the price point on that one,
This
David?
one is €24.50. So it's premium, it's organic, it's very small production, and it's very groovy.
Beautiful.
Love. What's our next one?
So now, if you want a bit of bling, and this is the one that all the people all over the world drink up in large volumes, is Miraval. So this, of course, is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's winery. So,
right. I never knew they had a winery.
They have
I
a
didn't
winery,
either.
and they have a very large vineyard as well.
Do they still own it together?
They still own it together, and I think they've decided to keep it going as a
Yeah.
project. So they took it over in 2011, and they work with the Perrin family, very famous Rhone House, who make Chateau Beaucastel, famous Chateau House. So they're the winemakers behind it, but it's seen as one of the very cool, hip, trendy, top end. And if you go to their website, they're talking about art. They're not really talking about the wine. They're talking about art and the expression of art and life and humanity and philosophy.
Oh. What's the wine like, though?
The wine's actually pretty cool. Yeah,
It's very pale.
Yeah, it's very pale. And with our roses, we often look for this, what they call the eye of the partridge. And we want that really pale colour, but it's crisp, it's dry, it's interesting. It's been highly awarded, but...
Is that the massive bottle over there? Is the Miraval as
That's
well?
the larger version. So if you're feeling very flahulak, you
Size
go
that?
for that one there.
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably have to remortgage the house, though, would you? What's the price of that?
They will come in about €150 a bottle.
For this?
For that one there. Now, we have fruit on the counter, and that's not just there for effect, but when you're typically tasting rosé, the aromas and flavours you're looking for would be strawberries, raspberries,
Yeah.
pears and apples. That's kind of the classic flavour profile. And a good rosé from Provence will always be dry in style. And classically, the alcohol would be between 13 and 13.5%. So they're not too heavy, and they're really good at food. So
For someone who's chasing kind of a sweeter taste, because I have the sweetest tooth in Ireland, it's certified. That first one really ticks the box for me.
Bouvet,
It's
yeah.
so sweet.
it's delicious, yeah. But I think you're just used to the champagne lifestyle, and that's where the bubbles are helping.
Well, we have
Yeah.
an almost alcohol-free wine as well. Important to mention one
No,
for the
absolutely.
non-drinkers out there.
So there's a new one come just into Ireland now called Naughty. From Thompson Scott.
It's
And this-
naughty but nice.
And you know, I've actually tasted an awful lot of de-alcoholized wines, and they're pretty tragic as a category.
But David, do you not think that that area is really improving because of demand, which is super?
It is improving, and this is one of probably the best examples I've come across so far.
Okay.
So
Interesting
this is,
bouquet.
it's 100% Chardonnay. It's sparkling. It's 0.05% alcohol. But most of them taste like and smell like boiled sweets. This one doesn't. This smells like proper Chardonnays, which is great.
Which is what you want.
Is there a metallic kind of...
Not
something
mine.
metallic off that, or
it's
maybe it's the glass.
more fruity. Well, shouldn't be the glass. Goodness.
Oh,
me.
that's really nice.
They're Schwarzweiser glasses. Excuse me.
I think if you decided
I
to,
beg your pardon.
Security.
Have that man removed.
if you decided to drive on a night out, this
Do you know
is
what?
the perfect
This is a
alternative.
really good
an
example
option.
of a de-alcoholized wine. I think, you know.
Fantastic
Lovely.
array, David. Thank you very much.
David,
An
don't know
education and
which
pleasure.
to pick. What's your favourite?
Number one, all day long.